Hi and welcome to the National Academy Melbourne newsletter for the months of January and February. Well, it's been a massive 2 months in athlete development. Along with that, we've had a huge amount of tournaments going on and also preparation for Ipswich, our next block. Chris, you want to share some results we've had over the last couple of months?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Bern. It's certainly been a busy competition phase for us, so much so that I've had to jot down a few of the results so as not to miss out any of the major results from our kids in January and February. So it started with a tour to Europe for two of our boys, Omar Jasika and Mark Coleman's, headed over to Europe with myself to England and then to the Indoor World Championships in France. Both boys did really well, having a couple of wins over highly ranked European boys in their age group, and probably Omar making the quarterfinals of the first tournament was the highlight of the event, where he beat the number 2 player in Europe. Back here there was a bunch of ITF events going on that all of our older athletes were preparing for. The first one was up in Traralgon, the Group 1 lead-in to the Australian Open, and pretty much all of our 15 years old and above kids were playing in that event, with potentially the highlight being Andrew Harris making it through to the doubles semi-final of that particular tournament. From there, that group of kids moved on to the Australian Open Juniors. Some of them were in qualifying and some got to play in the main draw through winning the December Showdown Nationals. So fantastic opportunities there against the best kids in the world in their age. So all of our kids handled the situation well and learnt a lot from those events. ITF-wise also, Brigitte Beck was playing in some events over in South Africa, where she made the quarters of the singles and semi-finals of the doubles, so congratulations to her. Going on at the same time for our younger athletes was some state championships here in Victoria, so congratulations to our kids that won the events out at Pakenham at the Vic Hard Courts, and also down at Geelong on the Vic Grass Courts over the Christmas break there. Then we moved on to the New Zealand ITF Tour, where we participated in some events in Christchurch, Auckland and Wellington. A group of our athletes over there, and the Harris brother and sister combination performed well over there, with Andrew making the quarters of singles and semis of doubles there in Auckland, and Sam making the semis of the singles. So congratulations to Sam. Then we came back here and started preparing on grass for the Mildura swing, which we just completed. There was a couple of different events up there. The first section of the tournament was a pro event for our old athletes, some of them playing in their first professional event through the qualifying, and congratulations to a few of our girls there winning their first round, winning their first professional match. And then the following was the 14 and 12 and under nationals, which was just completed. So congratulations to all of our players who played there. Omar Jasika winning his first national championships in the 14 under boys. In the same event, Socrates and Mark Coleman's finishing second and third respectively in that event. On the girls' side, congratulations to Annabelle and also to Isabel Wallace. They came third and fourth in the girls' event. In the 12s, well done to Destiny and Chase making the quarterfinals, and also to Chase winning the doubles. I think that's several in a row for Chase with multiple different partners, and also Mark Coleman represented in the doubles final. So congratulations to all our athletes and to those new athletes from the state of Victoria who reached the partial scholarship criteria, Tennis Australia's criteria, and will now become eligible to train in our academy. So moving forward, we've already started into our clay court training block now in preparation for a huge Ipswich swing, followed immediately by a European swing. So Wayno, over to you, mate, to talk about this training block.
Yes, it certainly has been a very busy period for us, both personally and for the kids. A couple of main focuses that we'd like to focus on during this clay court swing. Obviously, it being a completely different surface than the hard court, we're looking at, I think the first thing we need to look at is the ball flight of the players. Obviously in a hard court you can win the point a lot quicker than you do on a clay court. So your ball flight pattern is very important in terms of getting the ball deep. Moving in and out of the court is also a very big component of that. You just don't want to stay in one position on the clay. You want to move up and back to the ball, because the ball is coming higher and the trajectory of the ball is is a lot different than a hard court. So and obviously they have been playing on the grass, so you're trying to try and get that grass court mentality out of your system. I think the sliding also, and Aaron, with the help of Aaron, he's going to be doing a lot of footwork stuff with you, with the kids, sorry, and he'll be implementing certain ways to maximise your movement on the clay. I think also the mentality that you have to bring to the court. I think you can't just go out there and expect to hit one shot and then hit a winning shot off the next one. So a high percentage play is very beneficial on the clay. Also, I think personally for all the athletes, I think it's nice to have goals leading into this Ipswich swing. You can obviously write down what you expect to get out of the clay court swing, and hopefully implement those coming through the 3 or 4 tournaments that you have up there, and also the tournaments that leading into Europe. I mean, there's a lot of athletes going over to Europe in the mid-year, so it's a very important time for our athletes to get a lot of exposure to the clay court surface.
Yeah. I mean, Wayne, you had a tremendous career, on the OTB tour, dominantly as a serve and volley player, but obviously tremendous results on the clay. What are some of the things that you used to think about with Brent in your work together to maximise your potential on clay?
I think it was more our footwork stuff. We did a lot of footwork drills leading into the clay court surface, but also the mentality that I brought to the court is, I know I was serve volleying, but I had time to set up on the ball and use the depth, I think, in the court to come forward when I possibly could. I know most of the kids, most of the guys that we have in the academy are baseliners, but if you can utilise the deep shot deep in the court to open up the court for the shorter shot, then that's one way to look at it.
Oh, it's great. I'm sure you try and foster some of those qualities to all the athletes. From a logistical point of view, obviously we've mentioned Ipswich being a major block of tournaments for us. We'll be sending some communication out within the next 48 hours regarding logistics and flights and accommodation for all the athletes attending those events. To the parents, I'd like to thank you for your support in attending Joanna Shinewell's presentation on hydration. We did some hydration testing the other day, and some good results came out that we can share across all the assigned coaches with their athletes. So thanks very much for your time. To all our service providers, your commitment to the program is valuable and you're doing a tremendous job. So thanks very much to you guys as well for the effort you put in behind the scenes and on the court, and thanks to our complete team at the NA Melbourne. Until next month, hopefully we can report back with some great results, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.